What's up, everyone? So today I'm going to be ranking all the Mortal Kombat movies, all for live action and for animated films. I'll do three different rankings, one for just live action, one for just animated, and then one that's got everything all in one. So let's start things off with the live action since Mortal Kombat 2 just came out. So coming in at last place on that list is going to be the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. I know some of y'all might be thinking it should have been Annihilation, but honestly, Annihilation did some things better in that movie than this one did. The only good things about the 2021 Mortal Kombat, I think, were the opening scene with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and then the final fights. Everything else was not good. The story wasn't great. The added character no one cared for. I kind of feel a little guilty about what happened to him in Mortal Kombat 2. This movie this didn't feel like a Mortal Kombat movie at all, so that's why I'm putting it in last place. Now, right after that is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, coming in at number 3 for the live action films. There are still things, I think it gets more hate than it deserves. It's not a great movie for story-wise, dialogue-wise. There's definitely some missteps, but it did some cool stuff. The fights were cool. The music was cool. I do think they tried to pull more from the games into this one, but I feel like they just did too much, and they went off the original story a little bit too much for this to really hit like it should have. I do still enjoy going back and watching it for nostalgia's sake. That's why I'm putting it at number 3. At number 2 is going to be MK2. It's not got the number 1 spot. As I said in my review of it, it is the best movie we've had since MK95, but for me, they went a little bit too off story for me to put it at number 1. The fights were good. They weren't as good as either movie from the 90s, except for Liu Kang and Kung Lao. That was awesome. I just do actually believe the fighting was better in the 90s movies. This movie showed us a lot of cool stuff with some more characters, but at the end of the day, I think they also tried to put a little too much into it for it to be a great movie. It's good. It's the best one since, but I don't think it takes number 1 yet. So that leaves MK95 for the number 1 spot. This is the best Mortal Kombat movie. That's not just nostalgia speaking. It had better fighting. It had a better story. It focused just on the characters from the first game and just the story from the first game, which made that story flow a little bit better to me. And it had a better soundtrack. Come on, let's be honest. It had a better soundtrack. All right, now I'm going to rank all 4 of the Mortal Kombat animated movies from WB Animations. At last place, I'm going to put Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms, the second one. This was pretty good, but the same thing. I think the issue with this one was they did a lot in it. They had a storyline with Scorpion and Sub-Zero going. They had the Outworld tournament going, and then they finished everything up, brought those two storylines together with a storyline with kind of a bit of Mortal Kombat 4 and a whole new storyline kind of thrown in there. I think the animation was great. The fighting was great. The final fight between Liu Kang and Shao Kahn was pretty dope. It was just kind of cramming a bunch of different storylines into one that puts it on the lower aspect for me. So, coming in at number 3 on this list would be Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. Now, this was the first one that they did. It was really awesome. I loved it. Again, the only thing I didn't care for was how they changed the story. So this is kind of similar to what they've just done with Mortal Kombat 2 live action. They kind of changed the story so that Liu Kang is not really the one that won the tournament. And this one, he does technically win the tournament, but it's only because Scorpion forfeits. Everything else was pretty cool in this movie. I did like that. They did kind of stick to the one story of the first tournament in this one as well. So I enjoyed it. Thought the animation was cool. Second place, and I'm going to tell you, picking a second and first from these 4 movies has been really tough because these last 2 are really good. I love them both, but in second place, I've got to put Snowblind. I love this movie. Nothing wrong with it at all. I love the kind of throwback to an old martial arts. It's got like a Mad Max vibe world to it. It's just really, it's a very unique, it's its own story. It's a different story. We've never seen this in any of these games. They just created a separate new story, a little bit based off of one of the games. This is basically, this movie is what happens if Kano beats Kronika in MK11 and the timeline that he makes. And I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed the heck of it, especially since I have a love for old martial arts movies, and this definitely pulled from the like Blind Swordsman with the Kenshi and Sub-Zero. The number 1 spot has to go to Cage Fight, the Johnny Cage movie, because this acted as a prequel movie for Johnny Cage and what happened to him before he goes to the tournament. it got everything perfect. It's a throwback to like an 80s action movies. And I think that vibe and just the character, everything about it was really good and really awesome. Honestly, I kind of think it's the best Mortal Kombat movie. It's not number one overall, but it's one of the best Mortal Kombat movies they've ever done. They really captured the character of Johnny Cage, gave him his own new interesting story. So I think it was awesome. You should definitely go check it out. All right, the total rankings, all 8 movies together, live action and animated. Starting at the bottom, still coming in last is the 2021 Mortal Kombat. It took me 3 times to watch that movie before I thought it was okay. The last time I watched it was before I went to go watch MK2, and I was just like, this is the only reason I would watch this movie again. It's not rewatchable, but the only reason to rewatch it is just to be caught up before the next movie. Then coming in at 7th, that's where I'm going to put the Battle of the Realms animated film. Again, just the combination of too many storylines in one film just kind of like soured that one for me a bit. It's still great. Like, I still enjoy watching it, but to me, it's the last of all 4. So coming in at 6th place is going to be the first animated film, Mortal Kombat Legends. It's a really awesome movie, and it's between this. I was really about to put it at 5th place, but it's just the deviation from the original story that does it for me. Animation is great. Story is great. I like how they go in a little bit more in depth about things. They change it a little bit at the end, and that's just what bothers me about it. So, for 5th place, that's where I'm putting Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I know some of y'all would probably have this much lower on this list, but for me, this is probably a nostalgia pick. I'm going to admit that. It's just because, to me, this has more rewatchability. I feel like I'm more inclined to go back and rewatch this movie than some of the others that's below it on this list. Perhaps that is my nostalgia speaking, but I'll admit to that. But for me, it goes at 5th place. So in 4th place, this is where I'm putting Mortal Kombat 2. I even said it. It's the best Mortal Kombat movie live action that we've had since 95, but I don't find myself really wanting to go back and rewatch this movie yet. It's only a few weeks since I've seen it, but if I was to go sit down and watch in order for my favorite movies, this is where it was going to land. Like, I enjoyed it. The deviation from the original story and the cramming of too many story elements is a problem for me. I'm going to drop it down to 4th place. Coming in 3rd will be Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind. I really loved that movie a lot when it came out. It's one of my favorite Mortal Kombat movies. I would have it higher up, but I just know other movies are better. I just like to throw back to the old martial arts films, and combined with the Mad Max world, I think it was a really cool, unique new story. Also, my favorite character is Sub-Zero, so obviously I'm going to be a little biased about that. I'll admit that, but I think as a movie, it does really well. Coming in at number 2 is Cage Fight. Again, one of the best made movies, animated live action. It captures the character of Johnny Cage well. It's a great throwback to 80s action, and I think it's just an awesomely, very well made animated film, which leaves MK95 as the GOAT, in my opinion. It does have some deviations from the original story, but not so much that it actually pulls away, and it still feels like this is a movie whose story is actually pulled from the game. Completely pulled from the game. That's my rankings. Let me know how you would rank them in the comments. Let me know what you agree or disagree with. And as always, thank you for watching.